$50 on select sets of tires and take advantage of $200 in installation credits on Jeep lift kits. It's soft top season. Check out all the latest tops for your Jeep JK or JL. Gear up on overlanding equipment for your rig, in stock and ready to roll. Grab a gear into spring this trail season and do your rig right with 4-wheel parts.
Over 25 years of off-road racing dominance. Proprietary patented race technology. Proudly made in the USA. Unparalleled customer service and support. The choice of champions. King Shocks. The leader in off-road shock technology.
Mark, why does the Growers Company buy Ford? Is there any particular reason for that?
Yes, we do, because we depend on a good product, and Ford has been good to us in the past. We put a lot of miles on our vehicles, and they hold up for us, Joe.
And it was a long time ago, Mark, but you're still buying Ford trucks from Alexander Ford.
We sure do, and we get the same great service even today at Alexander Ford.
Alexander Ford. We were here for you then, here for you now, and long into the future. A difference you can count on.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome. We are a little bit live. I know you guys were expecting us at 11, and the timing is just going to be a little bit off, so I wanted to come on a little early. We actually have Robert Campbell out on course. Today is the Silver State 300 Best in the Desert race, and we will be covering it live every hour for you guys like we always do. Like I said, we have Robert Campbell out on course. He's at like mile 62, and I'm going to bring him on here in a minute. And let me see if we can get him on. He's gonna come on, and we're gonna bring him on the same screen here. He's got a camera out there at mile 62, and hopefully we'll be able to see the leaders come through in a minute. If I go look over at the tracking screen, you can see that Kevin Thompson is and Harley Letner started first, and they are still out front. And here comes Robert Campbell now. Let me get him on here for you guys. So we're going to, let's see, we'll add him on the side of the screen here for a second. Actually, let's do this. All right, there we go. Robert, you got a copy out there?
Yes, sir.
There we go. All right, so what you guys are looking at right here is about mile 62. Now, if we go back over to, we'll put him down in the bottom corner there for a minute. You can see Kevin Thompson was at mile 54 at 10:45. That was about 1 minute ago. So they will be getting close to him. Once we see him there, I will go full screen on his view once again. But just wanted to give you guys a little update. So let's go look at the running order so far. We have Kevin Thompson out front, and then we have Adam Householder running second. And then that's the same order that they started in. And then behind him, we had Kyle Jurgensen and the 53 Jack's Redline, and Can't click on the other one. There we go. Kelly MacArthur in the 75. So those are actually a little bit more spread out than they look on the tracker. As always, you got to wait until the tracker pings to get a good location, and they all ping a little bit differently. So they don't all ping at the same time. So you always got to pay attention to what time. Always make sure you look at the time right here on when they pinged. So if we go back and look at Kevin Thompson, he's still a 1045 ping. This one should ping again in a minute here. So if we go back to, let's see. So we're still waiting for him out there, as you guys can see. We'll keep an eye on them. Now behind, normally at a Best in Desert race, they do qualifying. There wasn't any qualifying this time. So the Class 1 cars actually started behind the trick trucks. So we do have a couple of Class 1 cars. There's only 4 this race. But it looks like we have the 1501 Mike Fry is there. And then we have the 1549 Sam Barry is also there. And the 1526 Joe David is also there. And it looks like we lost Robert. This race is he'll be back hopefully. The cell phone service of this race is horrible. It is absolutely horrible. So we're lucky to get anything that we can, but hopefully he pops back on in a second here. The cars aren't to his corner yet, so we'll see if he pops back on in a second here. We have the 6153 Ray Griffith also in this race. They are the first 6100 car. And looks like he's coming back. So we'll bring him in here. There we go. We got him back. All right. So they're getting closer. If we go back over and look at the map again, let's see. We're waiting on, they're at looks like they're at mile 55 almost right now. So they have about 7 miles until they get to where Robert is down here on this screen in the corner. So we'll keep it tuned in here for you guys. So let's go back and continue looking at the 6100 class for now. We had Ray Griffith out front. Then behind him, we had Jerry Hurling in the 6160 is second. Then Joseph Hurling, so 2 of them. He is third. Then Dustin Grabowski is going to be 4th. Then we have Brian in the 6110 and Elliot Watson in the 6197. That is the same Elliot Watson that used to drive for the Honda team. So now he's stepped up and got a 6100 truck. So that thing probably goes a little bit faster than the Honda UTVs, I would assume. A little bit nicer ride too. So that's who Elliot Watson is there, the same one. Jason Cook. Let's see the Class 10 cars. We do have some of those. So you can see we have Andrew in the 1042. And we come back, we have the 1069, Brett Jeffers. We have the 1086 and the 1045. So that's a look at Class 10. Then behind them, everyone's going to be too close to the start, so we're really not going to go back there and look at anyone else right now. We're just waiting. Okay, you can see the number 1 here is at mile 56. They're doing 62 miles an hour. But if you look at this section right in front of Robert here, it is basically a straightaway. It is very fast. So once they get coming down here, they're going to be here very quickly. You can see down at the end of the pole lines, they're going to come basically straight down to them and go right by them at full speed there. This would be a very fast section. I would say within probably about 3 or 4 minutes at the most, we're going to see our first car here. It'll be interesting to see what speeds they say they're doing. You can see Adam Householder is still running in second behind him, and so on. Now it is pretty close racing back here in the 6100 class. As always, the spec trucks are pretty stacked up, and they're always close together. Everyone has the same motor in the 6100 class. Ray Griffith's out front, like we said. There is some Class 1 cars mixing it up in with the 6100 cars. So we have Joe David in the 1526 right in there with the 6100s. On a course like this, it's pretty fast. So the 6100s are going to be, they're not going to have quite as much top speed as a Class 1 car just because they have a spec motor. Some of these Class 1 cars are, unlimited motor, obviously, so they have much bigger motors, more horsepower, and more top speed. This course isn't really super rough. It's more graded road, fast stuff. So I would be surprised if a Class 1 car got beat by a 6100 car today. Although there is only a couple Class 1 cars out here, so it'll be interesting to see if they can hold everybody off. So let's go back up and look at the top again. All right, they're almost here. The 1 car was at just about mile 60. and he's at mile 62. So let's go back over here. Any minute now, we should be seeing Harley Letner and Kevin Thompson in the 1 coming along the track here. So hopefully we should see them coming. There we go. They just updated again on the tracker. They are now at mile 60 and a half. So we got about 1.5 miles to go, and we should see them coming by any second here. Hopefully
we can hear them coming now.
There we go. He said we can hear them coming. So here we go. We will we'll watch for them to come by. Pretty fast section here. Should see him coming around the corner anytime. It's going to be the 1, and then it's going to be the 24, and then the 127 is the order that I have. So we'll see when they come by in a minute here. That should be the correct order, though.
It's definitely Harley.
See him coming yet? I don't know if any of these guys
Yeah,
have
he's coming down
helicopters
right
today. You know, usually you'll see the helicopter coming right before you see the truck. There we go. I see some dust in the distance. So here we go. Here comes your first truck. The number 1, Harley Letner and Kevin Thompson. Coming by right now. This is at mile 62, live out at the Silver State 300. There we go. There's your first truck, the number 1. That's the first truck. Now let's see how far behind. Let's start a stopwatch here, just for fun. What are we, about 5 or 6 seconds behind, maybe? Let's see how long until the starting gaps were 30 seconds. So they started 30 seconds apart off the line. Let's see how long it is until Adam Householder comes by, just for fun here. We'll see if he's gained any time or if he's lost any time. Look at the screen, we can see that the 1 has a little bit of a gap on the 24. Like I said, it just depends on when the tracker updates. So you really got to pay attention when the tracker updates. So far, it's been over 30 seconds, so he's already put a little bit of a gap. You can see that dust is just kind of sitting there. So definitely hard if you're not in front. You know, Harley, I assume Harley started probably, or Kevin. They have no dust in front of them. Everyone else has to deal with dust today. I've already got 55 seconds on my time here, so they are already putting some time on these guys. Now, it will be interesting to see when Jurgensen comes by, see if he's closed the gap any. He would have started 1.5 minutes back, or 1 minute back, I guess, actually. All right, should be Householder should be coming any second here. It's already been 1 minute and 25 seconds since they came by, so they already have a minute. They put 1 minute on them so far. That's pretty crazy. Harley or Kevin is just on the gas in front. They have that big Joe Gibbs motor in there. Looks like I see some dust here. This should be the 24. Then we'll see where the 127 is in the Brenthal truck. Kyle Jurgensen, he's going to be behind the 24. Here we go. Here comes Adam Householder. All right, that was about 2 minutes and 10 seconds back. So he's already put over 1.5 minutes. Harley Letner, the concrete truck there, has put 1.5 minutes on Adam Householder in the first 62 miles. Here comes Jurgensen. There's Jurgensen. He's only 24 seconds behind Adam Householder, so he is actually ahead of Adam Householder on time right now because he started 30 seconds behind him.
Jesse,
he has
you know where the flag's at?
He has made up 5 seconds already on Adam Householder. So Jurgensen is now running second. He was over 2.5 minutes behind the first truck. So he's not winning on time, but he is in second place on time. That was Jurgensen. All right, so it is a little bit farther back to the next car. So if we come back and look at the screen here, the tracking screen again, we have the 22, which is actually the 53 Jack's Redline, is showing up as a 22 on the tracker, but it is Jack's Redline driving the 53 truck. They're using someone else's truck today, so they are using their own number, but his number at the same time, so it's going to get a little confusing if you're looking at the tracker. The next truck is going to be the bright yellow truck though of Jack's Redline. We will see how far back he is. It's already been a minute since Jurgensen went by, so he started 30 seconds behind him. Jurgensen has already put quite a bit of time on him. We have 3.5 minutes so far to the lead. Once the 22 comes by here, it's going to be another bit of a gap back to the 75, it looks like, and then there's a few trucks that are going to be close together. We're going to have Josh DeJong and Tracy Graff, and then we're going to have BJ Baldwin. So we'll probably we'll stay probably on this live shot if they want to through BJ coming through at least. And then I know Robert's probably going to go to a different spot on the track after here, I think. So I don't know how long he's going to stay there. We will see. So anytime now, it should be the Jack's Redline yellow truck should be coming anytime now. Waiting for him to come over the hill. What do you guys think? You guys think that the concrete truck's going to pull it off and stay out front all day? So far, they have a pretty big gap up front. They got clean air. It looks like it's windy out there, but there is some dust. It depends what direction you're going. If you're going with the wind or into the wind, that's not fun. There we go. I see some dust up there. So this should be Jack's Redline coming next. There's a huge gap that Jurgensen has opened up. It's been 2.5 minutes since he came by. Jack's only started 30 seconds behind him. They might have had a flat tire already or something for there to be this big gap. Let's see, maybe we can check out the spares on the back, see what it looks like. So they looked like they had air, so there goes Jack's. So he was 3 minutes behind Jurgensen.
The next truck we can hear already.
All right. So the next truck is going to be the 75, I believe. There we go. That's actually the, was that the 75? It looked like the 4 or something. It looked like they had a 4 on there.
44.
The 44. Okay, that was the 44. They are not tracking. So the 44 truck is running behind Jack's, and they are not on the tracker. So we'll keep that in mind today.
So they passed MacArthur's.
All right, so let's go look at the tracker again. So we can see the 44 is not on here anywhere. So the 27 should be coming soon, along with, because we already saw Jurgensen came by. His tracker just didn't update. There we go. Okay, so the 75 should be next, actually. And then probably the 17, and then the 27. So, let's see. Next should be the 75. Be coming any second here. So we're going to wait and see if the 75 comes. Kelly MacArthur. And here they come. Actually, looks like there might be a couple kind of close there. It's hard to tell. Should be the 75 right here.
That's a 75, MacArthur.
There we go. There's the 75. Now it should be the 17 coming next of Josh DeJong. And then right behind him is going to be Steve Olagus in the 27. And they look like they're very close together on the tracking map. So the 17 and the 27 should be coming pretty close together here, it looks like. Be on the screen here. The 17 and the 27 are basically showing up right on top of each other on the tracker there. They're going to be the next two by. And then after them, it's going to be Tracy Graff and BJ Baldwin. Robert, where are you going next? Do you need to move soon, or what is your next plan?
I'm not sure. Fish, the Best in the Desert guy that's live, just gave me an earful about being live for Fishgistics and us not being licensed to do it. And I said, can you please call Brian Folks and confirm that? And he's like, I'm using my phone to go live. I can't do that.
Oh. All right. Well,
so I think after we see a couple trucks, I'll drop off and figure this out before I get in trouble.
Yeah, it's all good. We're good. We won't be in trouble. I'll call Brian and I'll handle that. Let's see. So we have BJ Baldwin. Let's wait till BJ comes through if we can. He's coming in a minute. So next is like we said, the 17. Should be right here. There goes the 17. Now next we're going to have the 58 of Tracy Graff and Olagus. Going to be the 27 and the 58.
We can hear two coming.
Yeah, they should be right on top of each other here. All right, Olagus is actually in front. So that's the 27. Yeah, that should be right. Now the 58.
Come on, Jesse. Flag, flag, flag.
I don't think you can see anything.
Yeah, and this is when they're going to try and turn into us.
There we go. There goes Graff. All right, so BJ Baldwin should be the next truck by. He'll probably be by in about 2 minutes or so.
After BJ, we'll drop off Fish.
Yep, 10-4. Go look at the map so we can see. We just saw the 27 come by. Next, it's going to be the 97, and then we will end this update. So we're just waiting for BJ Baldwin to come by. Someone says, who's the current leader? The current leader is Concrete Motorsports, #1. Harley Lettner and Kevin Thompson. They started out front, and they are still out front. So now we're just waiting for BJ. He should be here any second. The 97 will be next. We look back at the front. Yep, we still have the 1. It's still out front. They're at mile 62. And then the 24 is at mile, 60. They're at mile 70 is the 1. And then the 24 is at mile 69. 1 mile behind them. That's Householder. So it's Concrete leading Householder still. And then we had Kyle Jurgensen in 3rd. All right, here comes BJ. Here we go. Comes BJ Baldwin. In his new black rifle.
No flats.
No flats. All right, there we go. All right, Robert. Thank you very much. We will check back in with you later.
All right, thank you guys. All
right, thanks again, Robert. All right, so that was Robert Campbell live for us out on course, and as you guys saw, that was that. The rest of the racing, we'll check back in next hour update. We will start doing it on the hour now. I know this one was early, but I wanted to get you guys that shot because I knew we were there on that corner, so I wanted to get you guys that live shot coming through. We still have the 1 in front of the 24, And we'll see. The cell phone coverage really sucks on this course. That spot where he was is one of the only spots that you really have cell phone coverage on this course. So I don't know if we'll be able to go live again later. If we get good cell phone coverage, we will do the same thing again later. But we will we'll post some updates for you guys. All right, so see you guys back here at noon here on Fishgistics.
RJ, you got the green light.
Following Rigid's legendary quality, the all-new Adapt E-Series has a seamless beam transition and an integrated active power management system that will constantly monitor your vehicle's battery state. The Adapt E-Series will make adjustments to the light output, maximizing performance based on the vehicle's capacity. Designed with 3 unique optic combinations for close-range, slow-speed driving, moderate speeds, and long-range, high-speed driving, a seamless beam transition is achieved through an internal GPS, automatically adjusting optic zones and beam paths based upon the vehicle's speed. The Adapt E-Series, the next evolution in off-road lighting.
There's nothing wrong with looking good, but when riding is your passion, it's performance that matters. Like having the off-road's most advanced suspension. It monitors input from driver and machine 200 times every second and automatically adjusts each shock to flatten corners, soak up the bumps, and handle the hazards. Confidence and control for those who live to ride. Polaris, think outside.